I thought my neighbor was simply asking me a harmless question when she said, "Would you ever marry again?" I smiled and answered, "For the right woman." But then she looked at me with tears in her eyes and whispered two words that I never expected: "Look up." What I saw above me made me realize I had completely missed something that had been right beside me for years. Before we discover what happened, please like this story, share it with someone who loves heart-touching stories, and subscribe to StoryMun for more emotional stories. And tell us in the comments where you're watching from. Sometimes love isn't waiting somewhere far away. It's waiting for us to finally notice it. Now let's get started. The evening sky over a quiet town in Virginia was turning gold when Nathan sat beside his neighbor Clara on her porch. For a while, neither of them spoke. Then Clara asked softly, "Would you ever marry again?" Nathan smiled, but there was sadness behind it. "Maybe," he said, "for the right woman." Clara looked down at her hands. What would the right woman be like? Nathan thought for a moment. Someone kind, someone who doesn't expect life to be perfect, someone who stays when things get difficult. Clara smiled faintly. "Sounds like you're describing someone you already know." Nathan laughed. "Maybe I am." She looked at him, her eyes suddenly nervous. Then she whispered, "Nathan, look up." He frowned and raised his eyes toward the porch ceiling. Dozens of tiny warm lights glowed above them, making the ordinary evening look almost magical. Nathan stared in disbelief. "When did you do this?" Clara smiled through tears. "While you were busy telling yourself you weren't ready to love again." He looked at her. "I've been waiting 3 years for you to notice me." For the first time, Nathan understood what she'd been trying to say all along. Nathan looked at Clara, his heart suddenly racing. "You did all this for me?" She nodded. "I was afraid you'd never see me that way." He reached for her hand. "Clara, I think I was just too afraid to look." She laughed softly, wiping away a tear. "I didn't want some perfect romance. I wanted someone who understood that life gets messy, someone who would stay when the excitement disappeared." Nathan squeezed her hand. "I know what it's like to lose someone you love." Clara's voice softened. "Then you know why I'm scared too." He looked at the lights above them. "Maybe that's why this feels different." "Different how?" "Because I'm not afraid of losing something anymore." He turned toward her. "I'm afraid of losing the chance to finally have something real." Clara's eyes filled with tears. "So what happens now?" Nathan smiled. "We stop wondering what might happen." He gently held her hand. "And start finding out." Clara leaned against his shoulder as the lights shimmered above them. There was no grand proposal that night, no perfect speech, just two people choosing to take one small step toward each other. Sometimes love doesn't arrive with a dramatic entrance. Sometimes it has been sitting quietly beside you for years, waiting for you to finally look up.